What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Now, this is going to be a new season of Braxton Family Values. Now, look. Season 6, episode 17. So, technically, it's not a new season. It's just a continuation of that last season. But I think that they should bury that last season because that last season was some bullshit. But, okay. I don't know if I'm going to commit to every week with this, but I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to talk about it tonight. This episode, first episode after the Ayanla situation. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I don't think anything has changed. I don't feel like, I said when I did my review that I wasn't sure how I felt about that whole Tamar apology and everything. But the reason why I say I don't feel like anything has changed is because everybody is still talking about, well, not everybody, I take that back. Tamar and still talking about old stuff. She still ain't talking to nobody. She said she hadn't talked to anybody since they did the Ayanla episode, which had been about a month, including her mama. And her mama was defending her on the show. But she hasn't talked to anybody. And again, she said that she just needed to process. It was a lot that happened, and she needed time to process. I can understand that. But we started the episode off with her and Tony at lunch. And one of the things she's doing, at that time she was doing a show with Snoop Dogg, like a touring play. First of all, she made a mention about Broadway. Boo, it's not Broadway. It's a touring play. It's different. It's not Broadway. You were not doing Broadway. You were doing a play that was traveling from city to city. And no time did you stop at Broadway. That's first of all. Second of all, Tony says, well, did you invite your sisters to come to your play? And she was like, well, how about if they want to come, they can buy a ticket. So what that says to me is y'all still are not where y'all need to be. Now, the other sisters seem like they're ready to move on, that they don't want to dwell in the past, that they don't want to dwell in that place. But Tamar is still holding on to old shit because then she brings up, well, are they going to come on stage to surprise me? And Tony was like, why would they do that? Because they did it the last time. She said that was a concert. This is a play. Same thing. No, it's not. I don't think anybody would jump on stage while you're in the middle of your play. The girls thought that it would be cute to be your backup dancers at your concert. You didn't think it was funny or cute. Okay, whatever. And then we see her talk about how, she's learning how to adjust to life without Vince and do things without him. Even, on the personal side as well as the business side. Because he's no longer, they're no longer working together or in any capacity. And so, she's talking about, just being a single mom and having to weigh the two. I'm sorry, not Logan. Tony's talking about the situation with her and Birdman. He told her that she needed to pick a date by the end of the year. And actually, she said that they wanted to elope. She said Birdman wanted to elope. He brought it up one night. I said, let's do it. And then we got sidetracked. And I was like, whoo, because I ain't have a dress. And Tamar goes off on this whole thing like, you don't want to elope. That's what people do when they ashamed of something. That's what people do when they got something to hide. You don't elope. You want to be proud of what you're doing and this, that, and the other. No, that's what you do when you've already had the big fairy tale wedding. You don't need to have the big wedding every time. Tony's thing, first of all, let's just pretend like we believe this story. Okay. Let's just pretend like we believe that they're a real couple. Okay. If they want to go off and elope, let them go off and elope. First of all, ain't neither one of them, it's not their first, well, for Birdman, I think it's his first wedding. But he's 50. Tony, you've had the fairy tale wedding. You've had the big wedding with all of the bells and whistles. I don't see what the big deal is about her going off and eloping, if that's what they want to do. Hell, I'll just be happy to see it happen, because I don't think it's going to ever happen. But anyway. Then we see Tracy visiting Trina at Sister Circle. Trina's on Sister Circle now. And so they're on the show, and of course they ask about Ayanla, and they talk about that or whatever. And Tracy does a good job of handling it. She said she really didn't want to answer any questions about it, but she did do a good job of handling it, and just basically talking about, that, as sisters, they just were working through what they were working through, and that they're in a better place now and moving forward, boom. We see after the interview, her and Tracy sort of have a sidebar conversation by themselves. And both of them said that they haven't talked to Tamar. They've talked to everybody except for Tamar, and how they're just really ready to move on. They don't want to hold on to the past. They don't want to hold on to the drama. They don't want to hold on to the mess. And how they're really ready to move on. We see Tawanda meeting up with her mom. We come to find out her mom's working on a cookbook. So, great. But we see them meeting up. And, Tawanda asking her mom about, what she thought about the experience with Ayanla. And she thought that it wasn't, she thought it was some good things, it was some not so good things, but she felt like Ayanla picked on Tamar. Really? Even after all of that, you feel like Tamar got picked on? Okay. But Tawanda said, I think it's more because Ayanla got on her, as well as, she came for Tamar, but she came for her too. And I'm like, maybe not, yeah, because she did kind of come for the parents a little bit. But she should have. The parents put a lot of bullshit on those kids, especially dealing with their divorce and stuff. But anyway, that's all been hashed out. They don't need going through that again. So, Tawanda and Tony, they go hanging out, and Tawanda brings up the wedding, and Tony's like, well, we just trying to figure it out, and the same shit she been saying for the last year about trying to figure this whole thing out. So Tamar decides that she should invite her sisters. That she took what Tony said to heart, and that she should invite her sisters out to the play. But here's what she does. Instead of calling up each sister individually and inviting them individually, she calls Tawanda and says, can you round up the troops and y'all come on out here to my play? You already haven't talked to your sisters in over a month. You couldn't pick up the phone and call them or send them a text. Hell, you could have sent them. I know y'all got a group chat. Shit. You could have sent them a text inviting them. But for you not to pick up the phone and call them individually, again, if I'm on the other end, I'm going to feel some kind of way about it. And then Tawanda's thing is, why do I always end up doing everything? Because you do it. You should have told Tamar, no, you call them yourself. I'll come to the play. Now, you need to pick up the phone and call Trina, and you need to pick up the phone and call Tracy, and you need to invite them, and I'll see you in L.A. But no, you agreed to do it, so don't complain now. So that's what she does. She ends up calling the sisters and asked them if they want to, well, her and Tracy were together, and then they called Trina on the phone and said, well, do y'all want to go to, Tamar's performance? And of course they agree to go, but of course they're like kind of like, why she didn't call us herself? Like why she couldn't call us? We have a scene with Tamar and her best friend, and she's just talking about living life without Vince, and how she never thought she wouldn't be married, and she never thought she'd be in this place, but she's loving her new man and her new relationship, and she's loving just coming into her own and becoming more independent. She gave, that Vince did so much for her, but now she's independent, and she's loving it. We see her go on an interview at the radio station promoting, the play and everything, and again, she's just in a really good place. She's just really happy. She's just loving her life, and being a single mom and raising Logan, and he's the best. She said that her and Vince are in a really good place, even with the co-parenting. She said, y'all know how Tamar can be ignorant. She said, I thought that was just white people, but we co-parenting like Caucasian people. Black people can't get along with their exes too, Tamar. But but anyway, so she said that they, everybody's getting along well or what have you, with her and the divorce and everything. All right. All of the ladies are in LA getting ready for Tamar's performance. We have a conversation with Tawanda and Tracy about talking about their relationship. Tawanda ain't telling nobody who she dating. But they asked her, well, would you marry him if he asked? She said, I sure would. But she ain't telling nobody who it is. She's still keeping that mum. But we did see where Tracy and Trina and her man are getting close. And y'all know, if y'all follow the blogs and stuff, y'all know that he proposed to her a few weeks ago and she accepted. So she's engaged. And then, of course, we saw on Wendy where Tony said that Birdman told her that she better set a date by the end of the year. And again, we know that that's a breakup to makeup situation they got going on. All right, so finally, we go to the show. Everybody shows up. Everybody's on their best behavior. Tamar keep talking about she waiting for the drama. Ain't nobody bringing you no drama, Tamar, because everybody has moved on. Everybody's in a better place. Everybody's in a good spot. Nobody's bringing you any drama. Like, you keep waiting for something to happen that ain't gonna happen. We see Snoop and everybody's getting along and taking pictures and everything is great. And then all of a sudden we see Tony rushing off. She said, I got there on time, which for Tony is a big deal. And I took pictures and everything, but I couldn't stay for the performance because I had a little family emergency. It couldn't be helped. I'm sure that once Tamar gets the information and knows what happened, that she'll forgive me. So that's what went down, y'all. I don't have a whole lot to do with this, because I just don't feel like a whole lot has changed. I just don't. Now we'll wait and see how the drama unfolds, but that was last night's episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace.